So, Barack Obama is celebrating his second term as president of the White House by having some black tie balls. Well, whatever floats your boat there, Barack. I'd prefer black tie pussy rather than black tie balls. But, yeah. Then again, when it comes to Thai girls, you never know whether they actually are Thai boys or not, do you? Of course, I know what they mean by black Thai balls before anyone tries pointing it out. As across the country of England at the moment, lots of schools are shut because of the snow. I think it's quite funny, because when I went to school, if it was snowing, we still went to school, unless it was too bad. We still went to school, and we were actually allowed to play out at break time, in the snow. And we would play out in the snow. We'd have fucking great snowball fights. We'd build a shitload of weird shaped snowmen. We'd do all sorts of things with the snow in the playground. After I left school, it started getting to the point where if it was snowing, but it wasn't bad enough that you could still go to school, you would go to school, but they wouldn't let you out to play. So all that lovely perfect snow that's in the playground never got stepped on, never got rolled into a ball and thrown at someone, never got built into a weird shaped snowman that was far too short and far too fat, and had no arms or legs or eyes or mouth or nose. No, they started to stop you going out to play, and now, even if it's not too bad the snow, they just close the school. And it's all because of too much fucking health and safety and all these goody two shoes parents and people that don't want their kids to be, in danger. Of course, fucking going to school in the snow and playing out in the snow, in the playground and whatever, never did me any harm, and never did anyone I know any harm. It's fucking cold, and your little your little woolly gloves you were wearing, you came home with them soaking wet because you've been making snowballs all day. But it never hurt you, just made you a little bit cold. But it was cold anyway, so it didn't really matter. And there was plenty of ample heating in the school, so after you'd been out to play in the playground and got freezing cold, you could warm up again pretty quickly. Now, due to health and safety and goody people, you can't let kids play out in the snow anymore. And these same goody people are the ones that say you can't spank your kids anymore, and the ones that say you can't discipline your kids anymore, whether it be by spanking, grounding, whatever. And they're the same people that say that in certain parts of the country, not this country, but other countries, I think it was America, I'm sure I heard it on the internet somewhere. In certain parts of some country, either here or America, with one or the other, there are certain parts of the country where you can't have adults in the children's area of the park. There's parts of the park purely for children, and even parents can't be in there. What if your kid falls off the slide or whatever as they're bleeding to death? You step into the park to, pick him up, whatever, stop him crying, stop him bleeding to death. You're in trouble because you've entered the kids' area of the park. Yeah, because you're going to do this, aren't you? Great idea. You just get these goody people that decide that all these things are brilliant ideas when they're in fact not. And talking about goody people, that leads me nicely on to Christians. Christians, yes. Christians. Now, many people, if they know me, they know I'm a firm anti-Christian. Or an atheist, as you would say. I don't believe any religion really. I'm not a Hinduist. I'm not a Muslim. I don't believe in reincarnation. Well, sort of, you never know. But I definitely don't believe in God and heaven and hell and that sort of thing. But I'm wondering how many of you actually thought about it this way. Christians suddenly came about several years ago, several thousand years ago apparently, with the emergence of this book, the Holy Bible. And they had the Ten Commandments and stuff, and they went around preaching all this crap to everyone. You know, that if they stole or they murdered or whatever, they go to hell, you know, and they'll be tormented for all eternity by the devil. But has anyone ever stopped and thought, I mean, obviously people have stopped and thought, that's all made up. Because that's where atheism comes from. Where atheism, we believe that most religion is, well, all religion really is, made up. And since no one can prove it's not, then there you go. Has anyone thought that since Christianity is all made up, and since it was one of the first religions, has anyone thought maybe they were quite, like oppressors? Thinking about it, they were the original oppressors, the very first oppressors. Forget Caesar and whatever, because apparently all this Christianity stuff was going on before Caesar and whatever. So back when Christianity first started, whenever it was, they were pretty much the definitive oppressors, weren't they? Because they went around saying that if you didn't follow these 10 rules that they just suddenly pulled out of existence, or pulled into existence, saying if you didn't follow these 10 rules that you would be damned for all eternity. And so basically they filled everyone's heads with this bollocks, to try and make everyone do what they say. And of course, filling people's heads with bollocks and making them do what you say is pretty much oppression. You know, you're pretty much a tyrant. You know, it's worse than Caesar could ever be, and it's still going on today. Christianity is still around today. Now, I only thought about this recently because someone mentioned oppression to me, and I sort of like I googled it. You know, I mean I've seen it in the dictionary so many times, but never really paid much attention to it. And I googled it, and you know, give me the definition of oppression. And the first thing that came into my mind as I read the definition of oppression was, Christians. And I don't know why. And it just sort of hit me. Christians are oppressors. And of course, so many fights and so many wars, or whatever, have been fought over religion, one religion or another. So I propose a temporary ban of all religion. We still have human laws, you know, like if you murder someone, you go to prison or whatever, and you know, still follow the laws. But we get rid of religion temporarily, you know, for about 10 years or something. Force everyone to live just by the rules of your country or whatever. Not exactly the rules of your home country, like if you've moved, but the rules of the country you currently live in. So if you're a Muslim and you've moved to England, then you live by our rules, not your rules. Or if you're English and you've moved to Arabia or something, then you live by their rules and not your rules. Or our rules, sorry. So for 10 years, I think we should abolish all religion and force people just to live by the rules of the country that they currently live in. And just see what happens. and I can pretty much practically guarantee that they're... I thought she said Daryl then. Weird. Oh, from Bandai Toys. Yeah, I can quite categorically say that if we lived without religion for 10 years, there'd be a lot less arguments, a lot less conflicts about it, obviously, because it wouldn't exist, and probably be a lot less wars. Obviously, in 10 years, you're not really going to start a war, are you? But, you know, this is like a 10-year trial of no religions. It will be great. Of course, marriage would suffer, I guess. But then again, maybe it wouldn't suffer, because you can still just get married in like a registry office or something. You don't need a big church wedding. You know, it doesn't need to be in front of God, as they say. I mean, I'm always saying that if I walked into a church, I'd burst into flames. Now, don't get me wrong. As an atheist, because I don't believe in heaven and hell, that doesn't mean I don't believe in angels and demons. Because angels and demons do exist. And it's nothing to do with religion. You can't say, oh, you believe in angels and demons, therefore you must be believing in God. So, no. You can believe... Well, believe is the wrong word, but you can believe in angels and demons without believing in God. I know angels and demons exist because I am a demon. I know angels exist because I've met them. I've seen ghosts as well. I think I've mentioned that in previous videos. So I know these things exist. It's nothing to do with Christianity or whatever. You know, angels aren't the messengers of God. You know, demons aren't all evil, and angels aren't all good. You just get this stereotypical stuff from Christianity that all angels are good and all demons are evil. But in truth, you know, in reality, they're not. It's not as simple as that. There are grey areas. There are some evil angels and there are some good demons. Never really seen any TV programs or anything with evil angels and good demons in it. I guess if you want to see a program about good demons, or with good demons in it, I guess you've got Charmed, I guess. And if you want to see bad angels, you've got Constantine, but that's very overly religious. In fact, there aren't that many films, TV series, or games that have angels or demons in them that aren't religion based. Unless, of course, you count Diablo, the Diablo series of games. Now, I don't know if they intended to or not, but when Blizzard made the Diablo series of games, they really were quite parallel with the lore, the demonic lore and everything. In ages long ago, there was the three prime evils of what they call hell in the game. But, you know, hell didn't really exist. Never did heaven, really. So even the Diablo series of games seems to be slightly religious in its things. But it does point out good
demons and bad angels.
A little, basically.
And I think there should be more TV series, films and games featuring angels and demons that are nothing to do with religion whatsoever. Because I'm sick of everyone thinking that angels and demons are connected with heaven and hell and God and everything. You know, all this Christian bollocks. You know, all this oppression. I've noticed Christians are the original, definitive version of racists as well, aren't they? Whenever you see an angel in Christian law, you know, in Christian paintings, whatever, it's always a white guy or a white woman. You know, you never get a black angel or a Chinese angel. Of course, in Chinese culture, you get Chinese angels. And I like the idea of having black angels. I like the idea of Chinese angels.
I like the idea of white angels, come to think of it.
But like, in Christianity, all angels are always white. Because white is connected with purity. That's why when you're getting married in a church and it is before God,
It's traditional to wear a white wedding dress as a symbol of purity. Even though we all know that by the time these women get married, they are not fucking pure anymore. In fact, nowadays we all know that by the time of the age of fucking 13, they're not fucking pure anymore. Unless you're lucky enough to find one that's, reached the glorious age of like 16 or 17, that's actually has become an adult, or 18 in America or whatever. And is actually still a virgin. You're very lucky to find one. Because kids nowadays are promiscuous little cunts. Then again, I can't shout. I mean, I was pretty much the same. But I think it's getting worse now.
And we over-sexify our children as well. I spotted a dress in a clothes shop once. It was a dress for an 8-year-old girl. I think it was featured on Russell Howard's Good News as well. So when I found it somewhere else. The dress says quite blatantly across the front, it's a pink dress. Sparkly bits and everything, to make kids like it, make little girls want it, because it's sparkly. It's sparkly, mummy, I want it. It says quite clearly across the front, in big, easy to read letters, pedo magnet. And there are other ones in the same series that are equally brightly coloured and sparkly, and they have slogans on them like, aren't I sexy? You don't want an 8-year-old girl walking around with a dress on that says, aren't I sexy? I mean, that's just wrong. You don't have little girls walking around in brightly coloured dresses that are all sparkly, yet that are far too short for a dress for a girl that age, with a thing written across the front of it that says, aren't I sexy? Sexy is not the word you use to describe an 8-year-old girl. Sexy is not the word you use to describe a 14-year-old girl, but that's besides the point. It's bad enough having a dress or a t-shirt or whatever for a 14-year-old girl that says, aren't I sexy?
Or this would look good crumpled up on your floor in the morning. Because I've seen ones like that.
But when you get one for an 8-year-old that says, aren't I sexy? Or don't I look hot? It's just wrong. It really is. It's just wrong. And we're getting like high heel shoes for kids. Proper high heel shoes as well, not these fake ones that you can buy. It's like they really are quite high heeled. So from a young age, like from the age of about 8, parents are dressing their kids, especially girls, because it's normally girls, people are dressing their 8-year-old girls as sluts. They're giving them high heel shoes. They're letting them wear makeup. Letting them wear makeup properly, not just, oh, I found my mum's makeup stuff, I'm going to stick it all over my face. They're letting them wear makeup, you know, a little bit of eyeshadow, lipstick, you know, a little bit of blusher or whatever. They're letting them wear this. You know, that fucking pencil stuff that goes across your fucking eyelids or whatever. They're letting them wear this with these high heel shoes and this dress that says, "Don't I look sexy?" And then they wonder why you look at them weird. You don't just look at the kid weird, but you're looking at the parent weird. Because you're looking at the kid and you're thinking, she should not be dressed like that and looking like that. And then you look up at the parent and you think, the fuck are you doing letting your kid dress like that? Or dressing your kid like that? I wouldn't give a shit. I mean, if it was my daughter, you know, she was 8 years old, I wouldn't give a shit how brightly coloured and sparkly the dress was and how much she wanted it. She would not have a fucking dress that said, "Don't I look sexy?" on the front. Daddy's girl is pushing it a bit, but "Don't I look sexy?" is just taking it. Ooh, it's so far past the line you can't even see it. There's a line you do not cross when it comes to dressing your children, and that is way past the line. Here is the line. Here is the t-shirt that says "Daddy's girl," and all the way over here, way off the screen, across the other side of the room, is the dress that says "I look sexy," or "Don't I look sexy," or "Don't I look hot," or whatever. Because it's just not something you do. You don't do it. I mean, in Japan, they're already bad enough. Because it doesn't matter how women dress, they still get, like, groped and whatever on buses. Especially schoolgirls. Because the school uniform of Japan, I must admit, even when they're, you know, 16, 17, 18, you know, they still wear this pretty much the same uniform. And I gotta admit, it is a very sexy uniform. As far as uniforms go. So it is very sexy and does, like, draw you, you know, to want the girl more than normal. But there should be a limit, really. Like, as you get younger girls that are obviously underage, they shouldn't be wearing the same uniform. Because you shouldn't have an incredibly sexy school uniform on someone who's underage. I mean, in this country, girls can wear trousers as part of their school uniform. Which I tried to start trouble for at my school, I remember. Because, well, I said to my teacher, if girls can wear trousers as part of their school uniform, does that mean I can wearing a skirt then, miss? That was an interesting conversation to have. The answer was quite simple, no. And I said that was sexist and very unfair. But that's besides the point. Just because these 16, 17-year-old schoolgirls in Japan are wearing this really incredibly sexy school uniform, it doesn't mean they should be putting them on the underage girls. Because people see this incredibly sexy school uniform, which is still going to look sexy no matter who wears it, and they're going to think this person's wearing it, and for some reason it goes over in their head, I'm going to touch this girl. How they suddenly think of it, I have no idea. I mean, it's bad enough touching a girl on the bus or on a train or whatever who is old enough, but when you're going to do it to people who are underage, I mean, over here that's called paedophilia, and you go to prison for that. But over there, you pretty much get away with it. Well, they pretty much get away with it. I don't think if you went over there, you could get away with it. But they pretty much get away with it. Some of them get caught or whatever, you know, if the girl decides she wants to press charges. but most of the time they get away with it, and it's mostly more than one guy at once. So they have people to back them up when they're giving their story to police or whatever if it's reported. So not a lot of people out there get done for it. But yeah, so that's bad enough. And over-sexified clothing for teenagers is bad enough. But very highly sexified clothes for like kids between the ages of like 6 and 10, there's no need for it. And they deliberately make them brightly coloured and sparkly and everything to make the kids want them. And of course, if you don't buy it for your kid, the kid chucks a patty, and you tell them off, and you're in trouble from the do-gooders that say, you shouldn't discipline your kids, blah blah blah. So what? You're just meant to buy them this thing that makes them look like a little 8-year-old slut. I mean, it's a catch-22 situation. Either way, you're pretty much doing the wrong thing in today's society. But how it used to be is, if you bought them it, you'd be doing the wrong thing, and if you didn't, and they chucked the patty and you had to go at them for it, that would be perfectly fine. Of course, nowadays you can't discipline your children. If you so much as smack your kid on the hand because he went to run out into traffic when you're going to cross the road, you can get done for it. Because some nosy fucker around the street somewhere will report you to Childline. Or your kid themselves will fucking ring up Childline. Oh, my mum hit me today. That's it. Your kid's been took off you. Or something. You're up on charges for hitting your kid. It's not, oh, why did you hit your kid? Well, he ran out into traffic. In that situation, you're in the wrong now, no matter what you do. If you stop your kid and hit him on the hand and say, don't do that, you're in the wrong. If you let the fucker run off into traffic and get run over, you're in the wrong. So what are you meant to do? I'm dreading it when I have kids. In fact, I'm not dreading it when I have kids, because my kids will be disciplined if they do something bad. My kids will not have a camera phone with video recording ability at the age of like 12. They will not be allowed on Facebook until the age of 14, which is the legal limit, I think. And then I'll make sure I know what the fuck they're doing on there and who they're talking to. Because you never know who they're talking to now, because you get these people who do this thing that you call grooming, which is apparently you chat up an underage girl and you encourage them to meet you. You do that very quickly. It's not like you're chatting to them for years or anything. You just chatting them up, and you're being quite explicit with the words you are using, and you arrange to meet up very quickly. Then you sort of either shag them or run away with them. I'm guessing that's the only two things you could do with them, really. If you met them. I mean, you wouldn't just go for a nice cup of coffee, would you? So I'm guessing that's what you do with them. But, so you got to be careful with your kids online. And so many kids are online today. Not today specifically, but in today's society, so many kids are online. And they upload such bad photos. And I don't mean bad as in like they're all blurry or there's a massive phone glare from the camera. I mean like bad. I mean like you'll have 13, 14-year-olds, even 12-year-olds uploading pictures of themselves in like just a bra and knickers or something, with the tagline, "Don't I look sexy?" or something. and they're uploading pictures of them like in various sexual poses, I guess, in various states of undress. Obviously, they can't post nudity on these websites, which is a fucking good thing. Because if Facebook suddenly allowed people to start posting nudity, God. Then again, I'm guessing if Facebook ever allowed people to start posting nudity, it would be an adults-only section, and it will be you would be let onto that section based on what you've put as your date of birth. As long as your date of birth says you're actually 18, you'd be allowed in. But then you can just create a fake account with a date of birth saying you're 18, and in you go. Facebook hasn't realised this yet, because the age limit is like 14, but there are like 12-year-olds on there who've just put their date of birth as to make them look like they're 14. It's quite easily done. And since Facebook never really reviews these profiles, nothing really gets done about it either, even if you report them. So there's far too many children online today, and they upload far too many weird pictures. Pictures that me as an adult probably wouldn't upload. I mean, don't get me wrong, on Facebook I have got some pretty weird pictures. I've got pictures of me holding a plastic gun in various different poses, you know, and I've got pictures of me looking like a demon, and I've got pictures of me with fake horns on my head, and I've got pictures of me with like a demon mask on, picture of me with a hedge cutter in my hand looking like a reject from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, picture of me with a big knife in my hand, which for some reason looks like I stabbed myself in the eyebrow. You know, I've got some pretty weird pictures, but I mean pictures as in like sexy pictures, you know, designed to make people think you look sexy, basically. I mean, if you're 14 and you've uploaded a picture of yourself in your school uniform, that's fine. Nothing really can be taken sexually about a 14-year-old in school uniform. I mean, even me, I mean, I like school uniforms, but when it comes to 14-year-olds in school uniforms, not affected at all. Same with 15-year-olds, same with 13-year-olds, whatever. It's just, you know, nice picture, you look pretty. And that's probably the sort of comment they get. They might, if I know them, or whatever, or if I'm feeling especially complimentary that day, or I'm in a really good mood, they might get the comment, you know, you look beautiful, or whatever. I've gone as far as saying you look gorgeous once or twice, but it doesn't turn me on at all. It's a kid in a school uniform. But it's a pretty normal picture for a 14, 15-year-old kid to upload, you know. You upload shitloads of pictures of your face or whatever, you know, whether you're wearing makeup or not. And you upload one of you in the school uniform, or a couple of you in the school uniform, some of you with your mates, whatever. They're normal pictures that people upload. It's the sort of pictures that I've uploaded, really. I've uploaded normal pictures of me with other people and whatever. But it's when you're like 14, 15 and you're uploading pictures of yourself in like a very tight, low-cut top, and you're pretty much flashing a little bit here, or you're just wearing a bra, or you upload a full-length picture of you like just in your bra and knickers, or you know, you're in a very low-cut top and a short skirt and you're lifting it up slightly, you know. And a very popular one that people upload at that age is ones of them in a low-cut top and a short skirt, and they're sort of sat back with their legs up like this, so you can clearly see everything. You know, they're wearing knickers, so it's, you know, so it's not nudity or anything, but you know, it's bad enough. It's really a slutty thing to do. And then they wonder why they get called slutty as well, you know. And they upload these pictures knowing the sort of comments that they're going to get on these pictures, but they still do it. I mean, I know girls that are fucking... Well, I know girls pretty much from the ages of 12 to like 30 odd, but all the adult ones, they've never uploaded a picture like that. So why do kids think it's a brilliant idea for them to do it? If my 14-year-old daughter posted a picture of herself on Facebook wearing a low-cut top and a short skirt with her legs up, flashing her knickers off, I'd probably smack her across the side of the head and delete the picture myself. And stop her from using the internet for a few weeks. And probably take a fucking laptop off her, providing I give her one in the first place. But that's besides the point. But the kids are uploading these pictures. I mean, we all get the warnings, you know, about people on Facebook who, you know, are a bit on the pervy side, you know, and the blatant paedophile ones. And then people post pictures like that. It's a bit bloody stupid. You know, the people on telly just agree with me. Fucking kids shouldn't be on Facebook. They should be out playing with their friends. Then again, to a 14-year-old, out playing with your friends means getting pissed, you know, smoking some fags or doing some weed or whatever, and fucking having sex or something, or causing a lot of trouble. But that's society nowadays, isn't it? When you take notice of these goody-goody two-shoes people who say you can't spank your kids and whatever, your kids end up being uncontrollable, and everyone says, "Oh, I blame the parents." You can blame the parents if you want, but you can only blame them to a certain extent. The best thing to do is to blame society because of all these goody-goody two-shoes people, you know, who seem to make all the decisions. I'll tell you how bad all this crap's becoming. Yeah, especially political correctness. That's an even worse one. In certain schools across the country now, I mean, they're already doing the you can't say blackboard or whiteboard and things, and they can't sing "Bow Bow Black Sheep," you know, because we're black. Because apparently just using the word black in any context, any context, is racist. This phone is black. That's racist. No, my phone is black. It's not racist at all. Actually, even saying that man or that woman is black isn't racist. Because they are. Racism is when you say, "Oh, he's a, you know, like, fuck off, you black bastard," or something, you know. That's racism. That's really just insulting someone. Like, racism is only racism if it's used in the racist context. It's not racism if I say my phone is black, or that man is black, my hair is black, my cap is black, my coat is black. It's not racist. What's next? Can't say the word yellow in case it offends Chinese people. Political correctness is bloody stupid, and it's getting worse. In certain schools now, you can't say the kids are being naughty. It's not "you're being naughty," it's "that's not nice." It's not nice. No, it's fucking naughty. It's naughty. What's wrong with the word naughty? You know, you're a bad kid. What's wrong with that? If the kid's being a bad kid, you've got the right to tell them they're a bad kid. Or if they're being naughty, you should be able to tell them you're being naughty. That's not nice. That's not nice. Don't hit him, it's not nice. Don't hit him, it's naughty. Fucking, it's a lot easier. And then you've got, so you don't have winners and losers now. You get like a race or something at sports day. You know, when your school has your sports day, you have your person that comes first, you have your person that comes second and third, and the rest of them aren't losers. And the person that comes last isn't the loser. No, nowadays it's just it's not the winning, it's the taking part. So you're all winners. That's really, giving them a good life lesson, If it's not the winning, it's the taking part, then why the fuck is there a first, second and third place that gets celebrated? Why do you get more for coming first than you do for coming last if it's not a competition? It's not the winning. The whole point of it being a competition is there is a winner and there is a loser, or several losers. Oh, you're all winners, so you all get a certificate. Or whatever. But no, he won, he lost. Simple as. Can't say blah blah black sheep. Fuck that. And they've changed the end of Humpty Dumpty. They've changed the end of Humpty Dumpty in case it scares children. They've changed it to Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, all the king's horses and all the king's men could put Humpty together again. Because they think that the fact that it couldn't be put together again might scare children. The fact that it's a giant fucking egg with a face that can talk isn't scary for the children, but the fact that it's dead is. It's a fucking egg. It's a popular nursery rhyme, you can't fuck about with it. Bar bar happy sheep, bar bar rainbow sheep. It's fucking bar bar black sheep. My kids will be taught bar bar black sheep. The fuckers will go to school and they'll sing bar bar black sheep as well. It's bloody stupid, it really is. Still, I think I've talked enough random bollocks for today, or for the minute, or for this video. So thank you all for watching, and you'll see me again soon. Can't wait to do that thing when I'm wearing my hat, because I end up smacking the brim with my hat. You'll see me again soon. That's better. Just looks weird when I do it like that though, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I don't care.